The Justin Robert Young program brought to you as always by everybody who supports us at payjurydaily.com. Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. This is the recording of the Justin Robert Young podcast. My name is Justin Robert Young, and we're going to have a lot to talk about. So what do you say we go ahead and get started? Pardon me. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Justin Robert Young doing the Justin Robert Young Show for you. Hey. I was talking to my co-host on Night Attack, Brian Brushwood, yesterday. He unfortunately got really sick before the show, but he gutted it out. Very happy about that. That was my last Night Attack before I head off on vacation, and he asked me, hey, you feeling good about going on vacation? Is it starting to set in? Are you getting into vacation mode? And I said, no, I'm really not. I don't know why. Do you guys have this where it's like, I assume, like right now, all I'm thinking about are all the things that I need to do before I go on vacation. I'm like buying shorts. I bought another set of jeans. By the way, I had this experience. I've never had this experience before. I assume ladies have probably had this experience a lot more than I have, or men have in general, that I ordered some clothes online, and it fit. I was very happy with myself because I never know what size pants I am. And I just kind of guessed because I wanted to just order it on my phone, and I got some shorts, and holy shit, the shorts fit. I was super pumped about that. But these are the kind of things that I'm thinking of before I leave. I'm thinking of all the things I need to do. I'm thinking of all the people I need to talk to. I'm thinking of I need to leave the podcast in good hands. I don't want to, leave people in a lurch. So, I guess I hope I'll relax when I'm leaving. When I'm there. Maybe on the flight. I guess. I don't know. Oh, 30-34 is my jean size. 30 waist, 34 long. I don't know. It's just anxiety. Some anxiety. But here's something that I'm happy about. Well, I'm not happy about. In fact, this is adding to my anxiety. Look at this. Apparently, You're the Man Now dog, an internet treasure, something that we should all understand is great, has shut down after 18 years of operation. R.I.P. to one of the most important sites in the history of the internet's culture. And there it is. You're the Man Now dog is down. It says that it's down for database maintenance, but according to the rumor mill, it ain't never coming back. Folks, I guess people might not know that You're the Man Now dog is what YTMND stood for. It's taken from the Finding Forrester clip where Sean Connery says to his young African-American charge, "You're the man now, dog." I'm saying this. This might be how old I'm getting, right? This might be how old I'm getting, but I'm saying we have to nationalize You're the Man Now dog. You have to nationalize it. You have to nationalize Newgrounds. Like, I know in general I'm for a more limited government, but for this, what I'm saying right now is we need to make sure that our internet history is preserved. Congress needs to go in and make sure that every single page, every HTML file is uploaded and preserved for the rest of history. Because if this goes away, if this is allowed to sip into the sands of time, okay? And meanwhile, the fucking Library of Congress is out here paying some intern to dust off an old reel-to-reel of howdy fucking doody, I'll be upset. I know it's in the Internet Archives. Not enough. We need to be backing it up in Congress. Back it up, back it up, back it up, back it up. And in fact, get the Gregory brothers too. Anything I cared about online needs to be preserved forever, and Congress needs to pay for it. That's my one issue voting record for the 2020 election. Who's going to preserve my internet shitbag childhood? Huh? Is it you, Biden? Is it you, Trump? We need to get on this. And in the meanwhile, while we wait, I'm going to remind you guys one more time that I'm on vacation for the next 2 weeks, but this show is not. We are being taken over by my brother and his wife, Carolyn. The Young Family Podcast is going to be doing this show. We've already gotten a few emails, and I definitely want some more. So, specifically, if you want either advice or you want to offer advice to parents with 2 children under 3, or you want to know what it's like to be young parents, you want to know what it's like to grow up with me or to marry into my family, these are the questions that you need to ask. For if there's ever an embarrassing story that I have not already minted for cash on the internet, then Eric and or Carolyn will know about it. So go ahead and send in your emails, jurydaily@gmail.com. Let's get into the news. Go ahead and send in your emails, jurydaily@gmail.com. Let's get into the news. Time that one a little better. .com. Let's get into the news. Is Waffle House like IHOP? That's the kind of ignorant shit that somebody from fucking Massachusetts would say. .com. Let's get into the news. You don't know what? We are going to cut. Let's get into the news. gmail.com. Number one, look, IHOP sucks. IHOP's a bad restaurant. Waffle House is one of the greatest chains to ever exist. Waffle House can get your fucking breakfast out in like 5 seconds. You can have an entire meal at the Waffle House in 7 minutes if you want. It's fucking amazing. Look, we had both in Florida. I've done my time at both. Tally says Waffle House is a national icon. Unfortunately, she's right, but that nation is the Confederacy. All right. Here we go. We are a sucker for dumb lists, man. People make these dumbass lists, and then they ask us to talk about them. And, you know, every once in a while, I draw a line in the sand, and I'm like, you know, we're not going to do it. I'm not going to fall for this. It's literally just made so people will argue. But here I am, yet again, falling victim to some dumbass list that's just trolling me. So here we go. The top 50 sexiest accents in the United States ranked. This is according to a sample survey. I can't find exactly who did it, but you want to know what? I don't care. At the top 50, the least sexy of the accents, according to this survey, is the Long Island accent. Then New Jersey, very, very similar. 48th is Minnesotan. The 46th is the California Valley, which is, I guess, the Valley Girl accent. Although, I don't know. Like, this is so stupid. It's just so stupid. I mean, like, number one, all these ones that are down low, the Floridian accent, which I guess I would have. I mean, if I was essentially raised in Florida, then I would have a Floridian accent. Not including the sexy twang of Miami, the Florida accent is a baffling mix of Midwest, Northeast, and a hint of Southern. A sandwich is a sandwich, and the people have spoken. It's nowhere near the top 10. I've never called it a goddamn sandwich in my life. A sandwich was more New Jersey or New York. Let's go ahead to the middle here. The San Francisco accent is 34th. Atlanta accent is 31st, which is racist. Here we go. This is our 25th. The meridian line here is New Orleans. New Orleans English, or YAT. The name comes from Where You At, which is shortened to New Orleans as Where You At. It's not to be confused with Cajun, which our readers considered way sexier. Ugh. Get out of here. Baltimore. Balmer. Are you kidding me? Balmer is the 18th sexiest accent. The 18th sexiest accent. Baltimore residents will commonly pronounce mirror as mirror and water as water. The key feature of the Baltimore accent is identified by the sound change called fronting back vowels, which is where a goose sounds more like goose. Try telling that to Dundalk, bitch. Alabama comes in 17th, but let's go ahead and get into this. 13th is Miami, a relatively new young accent. The Miami accent has the same sexy rhythm as Spanish, with Cuban loan words thrown in for good measure. The word salmon is pronounced with an S. Long may it last. And then 12th is Chicano, the dialect of many Mexican Americans from Texas to California. Chicano is so much more than just a Spanish accent, most common in East L.A. Chicano English uses Spanish words mixed into English language with the same sexy lilt. This is not even an accent. Oye, vato. Californian is 10th. 9th is St. Louis. I don't know if I have ever heard and said, oh, that's definitely a St. Louis accent. 8th is Philadelphia. 7th is Hawaiian. 6th is Mississippi. 5th, Chicago. 4th, Mainer. Mainer. Get the hell out of my face. This is an invalid list. 3rd is New York. The New York accent is probably the most recognizable dialects in all of America, thanks to many famous movies. New York City speakers have long vowels and short A's, fast, hypernasal, yet charming. Boston is number 2. Boston is number 2. That's patently ridiculous. One of the most annoying accents of all time. Number 2. And number 1 Texan. Who can resist a slow Texan drawl? Not us and not our community, clearly. The typical Texan accent is a southern accent with a twist, with strong R's and plenty of howdies. America's sexiest accent, we'd have to agree. This is gross and disgusting. Like, I don't know who, number one, clearly racially coded. Clearly racially coded. And who on earth, I mean, like, is this website based in Boston? I can't imagine anybody. There's nobody that I know, at least Texans and Southerners, will wear their accent as a point of pride. Like, they'll go, I've heard Texans, I've heard people from the South in New York City, and they're going to proudly display their accent. And they're going to live in their accent. I don't know if I've known anybody that grew up in the Massachusetts area that had a thick-ass accent that didn't immediately try to scrub it when they left Boston. Now, people in Boston love it. But people outside of Boston? My mom used to have a thick New York accent. She worked diligently to try and make sure that she did not have an accent when she moved out of New York. Disgusting. Gross. Awful. Unconscionable. We got to get to emails. I'm going to go pack the cat in the yard. I actually try not to blow my Texas accent all over the place. At least I've heard it, though. Boston love it. But people outside of Boston? My mom used to have a thick New York accent. She worked diligently to try and make sure that she did not have an accent when she moved out of New York. Disgusting. Gross. Awful. Unconscionable. We got to get to emails. Yeah, that's the deep, dark secret of the Night Attack show, is that the guy from California is born in Texas and the guy from Texas was born in California. Now you all know. You can email the show at jurydaily@gmail.com. Remember, get your emails in for the Young Family Podcast takeover over the next 2 weeks. Ninja Steve writes, Ninja Steve here. I'm down with the highway burger delivery. The Air Force has been doing this for years in the sky. They call it aerial refueling. I mean, they use a JP-8 jet fuel instead of hamburgers, and I'm sure that we could adapt the technology. Just a stick flying a boom, a.k.a. a donkey dick, on the back of a food truck. Get together a 3-person team, a driver, a cook, and a boom operator. The driver moves the truck into position ahead of the target vehicle. Meanwhile, the cook fries up a tasty burger, wraps it, packs it in a sack. The cook then hands it off to the boom operator, who slides it down the chute and maneuvers the boom to target the vehicle's open and waiting window. He presses a button, the boom, and boom, tasty burger is delivered. We have the tech. We can do this. I'm so excited that you wrote in, Ninja Steve, because I was thinking about this more last night, and I am almost positive that my desire to have this when I was a kid is directly tied to me playing the Top Gun video game, wherein you have to do a midair refueling. That's like one of the little levels in it, and I am positive that this was connected to it. Sean writes, I choose to believe this is what happened on Game of Thrones last week. And he linked to a Deadspin article that can basically be boiled down to this. Rhaegal, the second of Daenerys' dragons, does not die in episode 4 at the hands of Euron Greyjoy's scorpions, but rather dies in episode 5, that both Jon and Dany are flying their dragons. They are eliminating everything that is, the surrounding King's Landing. They then land with an eye toward the Red Keep. The bells are ringing. The surrender is on. And just at that point, there is one final heretofore unseen scorpion who shoots Rhaegal in the eye. This is a 1,000,000-to-1 shot. It kills Rhaegal dead. And that is what sends Daenerys Targaryen into a rage and making her a war criminal. I have to disagree, because I've seen this versions of this theory around over the last few days, and I actually don't like it as much as what they did. Like, we should feel betrayed by Daenerys, because we have been with her. Sure, we've ignored the signs because we like her, but her being her should feel like a betrayal to us. The difference is that we live in this weird world where we feel betrayed, and so we blame the writers and not the character. So I kind of feel like, look, they got halfway there, but, it is a weird phenomenon when we love so much of a story and then we tell the writers, back off, you're not doing it right. All right. That wraps it up here for today. I want to thank our producers, the Jen, PD, Rave, Non-Specific, Rock and Roll, Martian, Joe Acosta, James, the OG Brito, and Chris. Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, at Justin R. Young. Please join our Discord at bit.ly/JuRY Discord. I don't know whether or not I should be thanking Jedi KV for being the one who gave us the top 50 sexiest accents in the USA. Garbage. Nonsense. Ugh. That about wraps it up for us today. Until next time, this is your old pal Justin Robert Young saying please give a round of applause to Mr. Wacky, but more importantly, please don't die! I don't know whether or not I should be thanking Jedi KV for being the one who gave us the top 50 sexiest accents in the USA. Garbage. Nonsense. Ugh. That about wraps it up for us today. Until next time, this is your old pal Justin Robert Young saying please give a round of applause to Mr. Wacky, but more importantly, please don't die! Please give a round of applause to Mr. Wacky, but more importantly, please don't die! Do you like the way you're dressed up? All right. That's it for us today, YouTube. I will see you tomorrow. Last JuRY Daily till I leave for 2 weeks.